Hello everyone, my name is Matthew Bossi, and today I'll be showing you how to set up VirtualBox and how to use VirtualBox to set up a virtual machine. And the machine we'll be going over today will be Ubuntu. First, we'll be going down to our internet browser, and we will be opening up and going to virtualbox.org. I will have the links to VirtualBox and Ubuntu in the description. VirtualBox is a hypervisor. It lets you run another operating system while you're still in your main operating system. We will be downloading and installing this today. You're going to hear download. If you're using Windows, whatever you're using, you download that. So we'll be downloading this. Okay, and once that's done, we're going to open it and install VirtualBox. It's a very simple install, and you're good just using all the defaults. Oh, and it will cause your internet to go out for a second on your computer. Just a little warning. And now it's going to install. Gotta take yes for that. We'll take a little second. And if you did that, you have now just installed VirtualBox. Next, I'm going to show you how to download Ubuntu. We're going to go back down to the browser to download Ubuntu. I already have the website up. The links will be in the description. Ubuntu is a free, open source desktop. It can also be used as a server, but we're just going to be using the desktop today. I'm going to go to Downloads. And for this video, we're just going to download this version, 20.04 LTS. It should pop up. Save. Shouldn't take too long to download. With this now done, I'm going to show you how to set up VirtualBox to run the Ubuntu virtual machine. Let's go back to the desktop and open VirtualBox. We're going to click New. Type in what you want to name it. We're going to go with Ubuntu. And a nice thing about VirtualBox, then when you type in the name of the OS, it picks it for you. That's correct, so we're just going to hit Next. This lets you select how much memory you want to use for the virtual machine. I'm just going to double this. To give our virtual machine a little more memory. And you can just leave the size that it is. We're going to create a virtual hard disk for it to load on. And you can just leave this as default. And it's good to leave it dynamically sized, or it'll take up a lot of space on your computer. I'm just going to leave that as default size. And there. Now before we start the virtual machine, there's going to be some settings we're going to change to have it run a lot faster and load up faster. And go to settings, system. We've already upped the memory a little. I'm going to go to processor. Let's set it to how many CPUs it can use. My computer's a 4-core, so it lets me use up to 4 cores. I'm just going to do that. It'll help the installation process go a lot faster and have the virtual machine itself run a lot better, since it can use multiple cores. Now we're going to start the virtual machine. Start. We're going to go to the setup. When you start up a virtual machine for the first time, it's going to have you select the startup disk, which you need to add. Clicking that. And see there's nothing on this list yet. You have to go to this and add. You're going to be selecting the ISO file that you downloaded in your downloads. See, right there. Button 2. Open. Click on it. Choose. And then hit start. And it should be starting up Ubuntu. This may take a little bit. Once all that loading is done, you'll be seeing this screen. The screen might go blank for a bit before you see this, but this should come up. We're going to click install. We're going to do the keyboard layout, but that's already our default, so continue. And we're just going to do a normal installation. We are not going to download update while installing. That'll make it take a very long time, depending on your internet speed. We're just going to download those once the install is already done. Continue. And we're just going to leave this as default. It says erase the disk, but you don't have to worry, that's not actually erasing your disk. It's just formatting the little section that was made by VirtualBox. So you don't need to worry about it deleting your files. Install. And you hit continue. This is just selecting your time zone. So I'm going to hit continue. That's correct. It's going to have you create a login before you install it. I'm just going to put my name here. Matt. And I'm just going to go with something simple. I recommend actually going with a decent password when you make yours, since you'll be messing with it. You can choose to log in automatically, or to require password login. I'm just going to choose login automatically. And now it's installing. This may take a while. But I'm not going to make you sit through that. Once the install is complete, it'll prompt you to restart. And just for a little note, I think it took me about 20 minutes for it to install. I'm going to click restart. And just having you watch the load screen, I'm going to show you when it's done loading. Oh, it says to remove the installation media. You just gotta press enter. And once Ubuntu finishes restarting, you should get this screen. Unless you chose to log in, you'll be getting a password screen instead. So you're gonna get an account. I'm just gonna skip that. Next. Don't really have to go through this. You could just scroll it. After a few minutes, an application like this should come up. This is a software updater. This will install all the updates you need. I'm gonna hit install. Okay, once that's done, it's gonna have us restart again. And that's all done. Restarting again. You now have installed and updated Ubuntu. Well, thank you for watching my video on how to set this up. I hope it was helpful. And I hope you enjoy playing around with a Linux virtual machine. Thank you. Goodbye.